안녕하세요. Exchange Chan Megan.
Joanne입니다. 안녕하세요. Exchange Chan 19번째 시간입니다. Hi, Megan.
Hi,
Good to
Joanne.
see you again.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you feeling? We're back to our regular schedule, yeah? After a three-part Broken Mirror.
Yeah, Broken Mirror with Ursula.
Yeah. You
Your
feeling
great
okay?
friend.
Yeah.
So it was so fantastic.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm so glad. Like, because that, especially with like the Broken Mirror analogy and it just kind of how it flowed, that's very much how that's close to the art I make. So it's lovely to kind of, in the conversations I have, so it's nice introducing you as my friend as well to a part of me.
I was so
thank you.
glad to meet her.
Oh, I'm glad.
So
glad.
great.
It's fun when worlds collide for me.
Yeah.
Because I often will, which is like our topic today, as you're going to tell me, I make a friend here, I make a friend there. So then when I can, when I always feel so happy and it feels really good when my friends that I've met in other places connect and get along. So, yeah, I'm sure we can expand on that today, right?
Yeah. And then I feel that you were a little bit sick last time, a little bit.
Yeah.
And then are you feeling better?
That's so kind of you.
I'm sure.
Something I don't always say. I had a sickness for like 3 years, which you can kind of hear in my voice today. I'm a little low energy. And it's really instigated by mold. Last time, I thought I've gotten a lot better since when it first started. It's not COVID, it's something else going on. And it was instigated by, I was at the pottery studio and my pieces got moldy, which is normal. That happens. I mean, it's dirt, clay, earth, right? With which is wet and then dry. So there's just a lot happening. It's common for clay to mold. That's fine. But it just really got to me, and I've been feeling the effects of it for a bit. So thanks for asking. I'm okay. Just
okay.
I need to make sure I sleep.
Good.
Yeah.
Getting better.
Still a
and
little.
better.
I'm still feeling. Also, the air, like the summer with air conditioning really affected me.
Effective.
Yeah, it affected like in a bad way. Like
affected.
I think
affected.
Well, because that gets your
moldy.
Yeah, I think it gets you. Well, it's not just moldy. I think it's the air conditioning being so cold and then so hot and such a different kind of air, like the humidity versus dryness.
Yeah, that's right.
And then add the mold in. It's been a time.
Oh, it's a hard time.
We're trying. But we're here to talk about something else, not just me being sick.
And then for the last 3 episodes, I've learned something. Through the last episodes, I thought that...
Sorry, I'm drinking coffee. I'm listening.
Okay.
If I don't respond, keep going. I'm drinking coffee.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well, making friends abroad could be not so easy because of language barrier and basic cultural differences, right? But you and Ursula met in acting class, and maybe because you share interest, it seems like you became friends easily, I think.
Yeah.
And then, so when you go abroad, you seem to live there to some extent, rather than just going on a short trip. During times, have you actively participated in various hobbies and cultural activities to make friends?
Yes and no.
Yes or no?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Sometimes yes, but sometimes no.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It might come to a shock to people, but I actually am quite introverted I maybe very lonesome alone. Not always lonely. I do weather loneliness at times, but I'm very maybe specific on the types of people I let into my life. Not like I'm going out going, oh, you this, you that. No, it's more I only can feel certain comfort. I have to feel a certain way in order to be friends with someone. And why I say I'm introverted is I don't always do well with going and participating in an event or something or a group or a club that doesn't always resonate with me. It's usually like more intimate settings, or my favorite ways to make friends are just serendipitous things, or people, I meet someone and they go, oh, you should meet this person, and that's how you become friends. Or like how we met, which was just like, hey, someone wants to do this, and then wow. I have like there's this thing called like Hash Harriers, which is a running group that involves drinking, I guess. And I had been living with someone in Taiwan. This is when I was 21, and they would do that, and they go, just come along. So cool. So people either bring me along places, or since I've been here, like the acting class. But again, the acting class isn't just like, hey, I want to go on a hike with a lot of these people, because that would be overwhelming for me to like go on just an excursion with. Not that I'm so shy. I just that's not how I prefer to socialize. I don't know. So it's a yes and no. The acting class, sure, because the common interest and the desire to learn something, great. But or being in the pottery studio. But usually it's just me one-on-one with someone. I'm not right. I don't know. So yes and no. Often no. I don't always like organized fun.
Organized fun.
I don't like I would rather I travel alone a lot too, and I like going places sometimes with no plan. Pop into a place, like I would for a while I would take like 24-hour trips to Japan when I was living in Taiwan, and I would just go there before the trains were even open, because like the cheapest flight was at midnight, and I would get there at 4 a.m. or like 5, and trains aren't open yet. I just see what I want to do. I go to the travel kiosk and I just kind of feel through what do I want to be doing, and then I go do it. And then I usually weirdly make friends along the way. Oftentimes when I travel alone, I'm usually quite alone, but sometimes I just make friends just because. So no. Yes and no. But I do recommend it. I
Recommend
think,
it.
I think we also live in a time now where like people, I also don't go clubbing a lot. So there's, a lot of those things of you can meet people while you go out. You can meet people while you do X, Y, Z. And I don't always do those things. But there are so many things like meetup.com, like you can easily meet people, and you do need to be social. And I notice sometimes like I push myself to go, maybe I should try a thing, but I normally don't find close friends doing those things. It's very specific things that I find friends.
오케이. 제가 지금 메간한테 저번 우리 3번에 걸쳐서 진행해 왔던 에피소드를 통해서 우리 우슬라라는 훌륭한 한국인 예술인 분을 만났는데요. 그분과 메간이 갖고 있는 우정이 제가 보기에는 좀 특별해 보이더라고요. 무슨 끈끈한 동료애라고나 할까? 그리고 서로 이해를 잘 할 수 있는 그런 눈빛을 주고받는데 저는 참 신비하게 봤거든요. 그래서 그 메간이 외국에서 친구를 사귈 때 그렇게 그 문화적인 활동이나 그런 데 참여하면서 친구를 사귀는 건지 궁금했었어요. 그래서 이번에 물어봤더니 그렇기도 하고 안 그렇기도 한데 메간은 그렇게 좀 외향적인 사람은 아니라서 그렇게 그 문화적인 활동에 참여함으로써 친구를 사귀는 게 다가 아니라 그렇게 사귈 수도 있지만 사람에 따라서 그거를 친구를 사귀는 그런 방법으로 쓰지는 않는 것 같습니다. 근데 그 우슬라하고는 굉장히 좋은 사람을 만났기 때문에 두 분이 굉장한 친구가 된 것 같아요. 좋은 기회를 만난 것 같습니다. 메간은 참 축하할 일이네요.
Well, how do you make friends? Thank you, by the way, for doing that. And as I learned from Ursula the last weeks, thank you for doing it so well. I hear you do it quite well. Thank you. But so when you make friends, though, like how have you done that? Like, yeah,
actually after marriage, and then becoming 2 kids mother.
Yeah.
I don't have much opportunities to make friends.
Okay.
So, and then because of my children
Mm.
or because of some housework,
Yeah.
we met some neighbors or
Yeah.
acquaintances, and then make some friends sometimes.
Mm.
And then I don't think that we are so decent friends.
You're not super close. Yeah.
Yeah, not super close.
More
and then,
acquaintance. Yeah.
just acquaintance and just make some small friends or
Yeah. Yeah. It's people that aren't, maybe you can't call them if something's really wrong, or you can't. Yeah. I get that. And I have heard that, because as someone who I'm not married, I don't have kids. I know that it is common where if you are married or have kids, like people will make friends that way, right? With couples will often be friends with couples.
Because we have a lot of things, always happen to talk about my kids and about housework.
And in common that you have in common, which is hard for me sometimes, I guess, because I'm sat here going, I actually can talk about stuff like that, and it's fine. But yeah, as a single person, also with no kids, yeah, there's a bit of that's why, like, when you ask, hey, how do you make friends? Where do you go? Sometimes that aloneness is quite helpful, because you can easily go, like, I literally have met people, I'm sat at a bar and like, someone just approaches me and asks me to hang out. Cool. Or
hang out.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
In a bar.
Yeah. Well, one of them was funny. I'm thinking of specifically, I was just literally minding my own business, and he comes up to me, and it was him. He was playing, he was on, they were on the little tour because they were celebrating, getting a certain Irish beer into the Irish bars in Tokyo. And they just go, hey, come with us. And I go,
come with
okay,
us.
because they had music, and they were playing and singing and just like going from bar to bar to celebrate, or like the Irish pubs. And I'm just like, sure, why not? You know,
sure.
Yeah, I think I'm very open to experience.
So often.
Yeah. There are other stories. I don't have to tell it here, but I'm learning more and more that I can be both very closed off, not in like I'm protective, but I'm also just open to the beauty and the serendipity of life, because who knows? And I usually, more often than not, have a good gauge if someone is safe or not.
Their heart is something, some treasurable thing.
Yeah, and why would I want to miss out on it? Sometimes it has been harmful, but most of the time, I'd say the majority of the time, I'm about my wits, and I can tell, or I will exit a situation if it's not safe. But most often it has been quite lovely. But then again, like you said, with these friends that you've maybe made, sometimes, they aren't long-lasting friends. It's a friend for the night, or it's a friend, an acquaintance here and there. Nothing crazy, right? I just kind of go, hey, I know I'm not going to be close to this person, which can get quite lonely sometimes, I would say. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. And at this moment, at this point, I a little bit worry that, you can only become friends with people who speak the same language to some extent, right?
Yes and no.
Yes or
Again,
no.
I like how these questions are always yes
and
no. I mean, we have to admit, I speak English, which is more or less a more international language, right? Most people speak English in some capacity. So I'm very aware of that, and I am conscious of how I find it very generous that people will speak English to me. I also make friends with people who they want to practice their English, and so sometimes it's been hard for me to sometimes learn a language because people don't want to speak their language to me. They'll that happened to me in Taiwan. It was for other reasons I didn't learn as much Mandarin as I would have liked, but people mostly just want to speak to me in English. So here I am. So yes, I think for a deeper connection with someone, you need a shared language of some sort.
Yeah, of course.
At the same time, I'm also very good at being in circumstances where I don't speak the language and I can get along with and connect with people. Sure, it's a certain kind of connection. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I can. Sometimes I've had a connection with people who we don't really speak the same language, but we understand each other. You understand the energy shared between the two of you. The energy, the vibes, share the vibes. Like, I mean, I've had circumstances where I literally, I think I had mentioned where I was helping my friend at the temple. There were people that I would work with. About that. Yeah, people I would work with on the, like she and I would, this one woman specifically, she didn't speak English, like, or barely. And I only know a few Korean words, but like we understood each other.
Understood?
Yeah, we understood.
You can say that.
Yeah, we understood. She even said it. She's like, we connected. We had a connection. But like, I don't talk to her all the time, right?
Wow.
So, but there's a certain kind of friendship you can have.
It is possible.
Yeah, but there's not, a deeper relationship does need a shared language of sorts.
So to be a decent friendship, to make some kind of that kinds of normal friendship, we need some kind of language.
Yeah. Then again, like I think actions and efforts in certain ways are also a language, and body language is also a language. I'm not saying that to be like, hi, only sexual body language, like body language in general, right? No, but like sometimes I think some people hear that and they go, body language, and I go, no, that's not just what I'm talking about. But there's that. I'm very good at sitting at a table, and maybe one person can speak fluently to me, and then they'll speak their shared language. I'm very okay with being in my own head and my own,
so flow naturally.
Yeah, and sometimes I like I said, I understand. I'm guest a lot of times, and so I sit there and I accept that I'm not going to understand everything, and that's okay.
Oh, so you feel you were a kind of a flower
sometimes, which is wild because I also can easily be the center of attention, but I also understand like not everyone needs to cater to me every second. I can easily be in an environment, and I also like observing. I really like, and especially if I'm trying to learn the language, I like to hear and listen to how people talk, how people connect with each other. And because I'm usually guest, sometimes people make me the center of attention. And like I said, I'm an artist. I'm a performer. I can easily be, and part of me likes to be. But sometimes I like the extremes of, okay, we can talk and I'll be my animated self, but then I also don't want to talk, and I just want to listen and observe.
Just to feel the vibe, the surroundings, what kind of things happening here.
Yeah, because sometimes I give a lot of myself all at once, and sometimes I just, like I said, I can be chatty at times because I haven't spoken to anyone for 4 days. So, yeah.
네, 제가 메간에게 그러니까 그 외국인 친구들, 그러니까 특히 영어를 하는 사람, 메간처럼 영어를 하는 사람들과 친구가 되려면 영어를 해야 하지 않겠느냐, 영어를 하는 사람하고 만 좀 깊은 관계, 그 친구가 되지 않겠느냐 하고 물어봤더니 메간도 역시 그건 어쩔 수 없잖아요. 그러니까 언어가 그 매개체가 돼서 서로를 이해해야 하는 게 바탕이 돼야 하니까 그렇게 얘기를 하지만 메간이 얘기하기를 언어가 아니라도 그 감정이나 어떤 그 느낌을 주고받는 것으로도 친구가 되는 거는 충분하다고 얘기를 하고 있네요. 근데 물론 그 깊이에는 좀 차이가 있겠죠. 하지만 친구가 되는 데는 문제가 없다고 얘기를 하고 있습니다. 그런데 영어를 배우는 건 특히 좋은 외국인을 친구로 두기 위해서는 필수인 것 같습니다. 우리 다 같이 영어를 배웁시다. I said, let's study English all together.
English. Or I should also study Korean.
Yeah, you do.
I think that's
you have
great.
to.
I know. I really need to.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And then
song?
음악, please.
Yeah. Yes.
음악, please. You remember the word 음악.
음악.
음악 means music.
Music. 음악.
음악.
Uma.
음악.
Uma.
Yeah, that's right.
Music, yes.
Yeah, music.
Song number one.
Number one song.
Number one song is Apple by Charlie XCX.
I can see apple don't fall from the tree. 'Cause I've been looking at you so long now I only see me. I wanna throw the apple into the sky. Feels like you never understand me, so I just wanna drive to the airport. The airport, the airport, the airport. I guess the apple could turn yellow or green. I know there's lots of different nuances to you and to me. I wanna grow the apple, keep all the seeds, but I can't help it, get so angry you don't listen or leave. To the airport, the airport, the airport, the airport, the airport, the I'm gonna drive all night. I'm gonna drive all night. I think the apple's rotten right to the core. From all the things lost down from all the apples coming before. I split the apple down symmetrical lines, and what I find is kinda scary. Makes me just wanna drive. Where you go when you're feeling alone, when you're feeling alone, yeah. I know where you go when you're feeling alone, when you're feeling alone,
칼국수에서 이렇게 깊은 맛이? 진한 국물의 사골 칼국수와 만둣국, 가시를 하나하나 발라낸 부드러운 사골 황태국, 김치 하나까지 손수 담가 내오는 장인의 정성이 듬뿍 담긴 음식들. 따끈하고 든든한 한 끼 팔방 칼국수에서 만날 수 있습니다. 푸짐한 전골에 30년 비법의 수제만두 한 접시를 곁들이면 모임이나 회식도 오케이. 남가자동 이웃들의 입맛을 사로잡아온 백년시장 맛집 팔방 칼국수에서 사계절 변함없는 맛과 인심을 누려보세요. 팔방 칼국수 0507-1450-2398 0507-1450-2398
Here, let me tell you something about making friends, especially male friends.
Okay.
I don't mean lovers, just friends of the different gender.
Okay.
In the past, the gathering of men and a woman was not exactly welcomed in our country, in Korea especially. Looking back now, it's almost funny to think about that. But at that time, it was. So the truth is, having a girlfriend, guy friend, naturally isn't such an old story. We could get few opportunities to talk a lot and understand each other, developing a relationship where we can share experiences and information to help each other. So I think having a friend of the opposite sex would be very helpful. I could be so complement each other well. It could be so complement each other well by often hearing each other's different perspectives. They would broaden their understanding. How do you think about that?
What do I think about it? Sometimes I go, is it because you don't have male friends that you think it might be nice? Because it's not? Okay. Okay. What do I think? I think it's more nuanced than just hi. It might be nice. Hi, it won't be nice. Because I think I have a maybe unique experience, but also particular experience about friends who are men versus women versus how do I say it? So as of now, maybe I'll approach it this way. So you and I, in your explanation, going, oh well, it was different before, just as I talked about earlier, and it's very much for me also with people who are male or identify as men. You and I are we're a different age, we're from different places, and yet we connect. We said it before when we were getting ready for this, that like I don't feel like we're different ages, right? I don't feel.
Me neither. I don't feel anything, something different between us.
Yeah. And which I love.
Sorry.
And no, why are you sorry? I think that's beautiful, and it's why I've talked about intergenerational friendships. For me, it's the same with gender. That meaning, because I don't just see men and women. I think there are many genders, but that what I look for is that exact connection that you're feeling, that I don't feel a difference in age between you and I, or that there's a deeper connection. That's what I look for in a friendship. When it comes to men, I have a history of I've been bullied a lot by women specifically, and didn't have a close relationship with my mother, and so that meant I looked for male attention and male friendship. That also comes with certain things in our society, right? Even though I am younger and maybe it is easier to be friends with men, the journey I've had with male friendships has been one of, okay, well, I'm scared to be in relationship with women, so or it was scary or harmful, let's get male attention. But that came with other difficulties of usually they've been attracted to me, or I couldn't be friends with them because if they had a girlfriend, their girlfriend would get upset and then I would lose them as a friend. And but also, like, given the hurt and pain and trauma I've been through, seeking male attention in certain ways that isn't helpful, and I don't recommend and would not. And I have a lot of compassion for my younger self who felt the need to be certain ways in order to get some kind of attention or friendship, and which wasn't fully friendship. It was a lot of being sexualized in a lot of ways. So as I've healed from a lot of that and you know, evaluated and had love and compassion for that version of me and those my younger self, now I'm finding a lot of fulfillment in friendships with women and with queer people, and which for me, especially with women and queer people, like that was, I couldn't really have friendships with women because I just, you know, grew up in a way where I didn't have like I said, wasn't close with my mother. I didn't speak to my sister for like almost 10 years. So there was, it's really beautiful and enriching to find that, because I'm also breaking down a lot of, you could say, harmful attitudes toward women and female friendships of like, oh, they're always catty, they're always this. And don't get me wrong, I've met enough jealous, catty women as well, but the beautiful friendships I'm making are really close friendships with women. I feel more comfortable having friendships with men who are queer rather than straight men right now in my life. I can be friends with men. I just kind of keep them at a distance as of now, because even some of the friendships I've made, either they have become sexual or they want them to become sexual. And if they can't differentiate that from friendship, like I don't want to be in a circumstance where I'm with someone who there's always that looming attitude of like, hi, we might have sex. And I'm like, I don't want to, right? So it depends for me. If I, just as like I said with you, that we connect in something where I feel that connection, it's the same with anyone. That's who I will be friends with, regardless of your gender, your age. There has to be some common interests, a common maybe shared trauma. I don't know. And maybe that's why it's easier to be friends with women, because like we share the trauma of being women in the world. I don't know. It's kind of like that. I think it's great. I would love to be friends with men, and when I am friends with men and it works, great. But oftentimes, unless they, sometimes they want the door to lovers. And I don't want to say, oh, all men are like this, but we are kind of I have to be honest of my experience that I've had with men. And there's that.
Mhm.
But it is nice, sure.
Mhm.
But I think I can also get that lovely, like you said, balance of a friendship with
Mhm.
people who aren't men as well.
Mhm.
But hey, gladly would be friends with them, but usually not.
네, 제가 지금 메간에게 우리나라에서는 제가 조금 나이 든 세대라 그런가요? 그러니까 여성이 남성 친구를 그냥 친구로, 그러니까 어떤 사랑하는 연인 사이가 아닌 친구로서 갖는 것에 대해서 약간 자연스럽지 못한 감정을 갖고 있는데, 그런 환경에서 자라났기 때문이겠죠. 그래서 요즘 젊은 세대들은 굉장히 자연스럽게 남성 친구들을 갖잖아요. 그리고 하나도 어색해 보이지가 않더라고요. 그래서 메간에게 그런 거에 대해서 남성 친구들을 사귀는 건 좋은 것 같다. 내가 보기에는 더 이해력이 넓어질 수도 있는 계기가 될 수도 있고, 너는 어떻게 생각하냐라고 메간한테 물었는데, 뭐 메간이 그러니까 저보다 그 경험 남성 친구들을 가질 수 있는 경험도 많고 기회도 훨씬 더 많았기 때문에, 그리고 남성 친구뿐만 아니라 그 퀴어 프렌드 같은 사람들도 많이 사귈 수 있는 기회를 가졌었는데, 메가는 그 성별 차이에 중점을 두고 그 친구를 사귀는 것보다는 그 사람과 얼마나 이렇게 커넥트 할 수 있는지, 그 다음에 얼마나 그 사람과 가까워지고 서로 많은 것을 나눌 수 있는지에 중점이 두고 친구가 되는 거지. 그러니까 뭐 남성 친구, 여성 친구, 뭐 어떤 이런 식의 어떤 성별 차이에 중점을 두는 건 아닌 것 같다고 얘기를 하고 있네요. 그리고 아무래도 여성 친구에게 많은 편안함을 느끼는 것 같습니다. 네. 네. And you have any Korean male friend here?
Do you?
For me?
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Why? You're asking
Because
me.
you know I didn't have some much opportunity to meet some male friends,
Okay.
and then so actually and naturally I don't have.
Okay.
And then I can dare say that I have a so true male friend
Yeah.
as my husband.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah,
And he's Korean.
yeah, he's Korean.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, he's Korean.
Unfortunately, why unfortunately? Why do you say unfortunately?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sad here though. Like, I think all my friends are very international, right? Like, I have, I don't know if I have an American friend? I do. But like, she looks very different than I do and comes from a very different part of the States than I do. And is a little younger, and so like very different experience of the States, has lived there longer than I have. So anyway, Korean male friends, I mean, it also depends on what do you call friend? Because I'm
the
also
definition of friend.
yeah. Because when I first came here, I like befriended someone who then introduced me to some of his friends, and every once in a while, like I'll get texts from these two men. And so is that a version of friendship? Yeah. I also live with a Korean man. And so there's that, but that's also its own circumstance that I don't need to get into now, right? More friendly and a little more than friendly. So that's, I don't know if I would call that full on friendship, right? Other than that, I mean, I also don't do the stereotypical maybe foreigner or traveler things of I don't go clubbing. I think I've been to a club once here. I do have someone who's like, we should go to Apgujeong, and I'm like, maybe.
Apgujeong.
Yeah, like, maybe I will. Sure. But I'm trying to do I have Korean male friends? I think it's just those few. If you're my friend out there, I'm sorry. I'm really tired too, so I can't think. But that's the thing. It's I've also struggled to let people in. You're talking to a person who's lived in many places in the world, and oftentimes, I mean, I haven't lived somewhere for more than a year or more than 2 years ever, and so there's that.
I think that's great.
Well, no, I mean, yes and no.
Yes or no? Yes and no.
Yes and no, because like, have I experienced beauty of? I have the capacity for living and moving and that like death, rebirth, phoenix energy of like you shed everything, do everything. And there is a beauty in that. And yet I've also had the heaviness of people being like, when are you going to settle down? When are you doing this? I've had hardships with money and sickness. And so when you're sick, you kind of want to stay somewhere. But I also have to honor that part of me that does need to move and do things, but also realizing, it might be nice to have like, because I also don't, a lot of people who do what I do often have like a home base, and I don't have that with my family. And I think like once I have more of a home base, I can do it more freely. That feeling of like, I can, once I have that home base, I can continue this lifestyle, which is very much me. I have to admit that about myself, that I am a mover and a groover, and I do that, and I meet beautiful people.
Yeah,
that
that's
also
right.
makes
you can feel
it.
there's some beauty of the people.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's right.
The similarities within all these differences are stunning, I think. And I love to explore that. I want to keep exploring that within my life, in the work I do, in my art, all of that. The issue, I think, at times when you are outside and you're outsider, seemingly, that can scare people. And even if I'm coming in with the purest, sincerest intentions, sometimes that even scares people. Sincerity scares people. And as someone who doesn't have family in the way most people have family, who's building a support network and system right now, I've also, like, I often am single, like I don't have a partner. That sometimes is scary, and like people will want to welcome you in only to the extent, and then they often get scared. And so I get a lot of that as well. And that makes it hard. It's beautiful, like, wow, cool. And it's just pros and cons, right? Like, you know, you can sit here going, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I've had some amazing, amazing experiences, and I get to experience the beauty of people and community outside of the traditional beauty and community.
That's right.
But at the same time, like, I don't have that beautiful, like, a husband to come home to, or you know, so a partner to come home to, or children. That is that very, you know, in our world we've made the beauty of family in certain ways, and I challenge a lot of that. So it's a phase I'm in right now, maybe forever, who knows, maybe that's just who I am. And so when you do leave often, it sometimes is hard to keep close friendships, and when you don't have the backing of a family or certain friends like that, just, it can make it hard sometimes. It's beautiful. I'm maybe in a phase of really feeling that heaviness, but I do need to remind myself that it is a really beautiful experience, and not many people have the luxury of this or the capacity for it. So yeah. So did I answer the question? Yes and no.
Of course.
Kind of have men, some Korean men as friends. Not really, though.
네, 제가 한국인 남자친구가 있냐고 물어봤는데요. 물론 한국인 친구, 남자친구는, 친구라고 부를 수 있는 사람은, 글쎄, 친구의 정의가 어떤 건지에 따라 다르겠지만, 메간이, 깊은, 관계를 유지할 수 있는 그런, 남자친구라고 부를 수 있는 사람은 아직 없는 것 같아요. 그런데, 메간은, 그 여행을 하면서, 느끼는, 그 친구를 사귀는 데 있어서도 느끼는, pros and cons, 그러니까 장단점들에 대해서 얘기를 하고 있는데요. 그러니까 메간은 단시간 여행을 하는 게 아니라, 좀 몇 년씩 머물면서 여행을 하기 때문에, 사람들한테서 느끼는 그 뷰티를 많이 감상하고 느끼고, 그리고 많은 걸, 그 속에서 많은 걸 얻는 것 같아요. 그래서 거기서 느끼는 그런 우정이나 그런 끈끈함, 사람들한테서 느끼는 아름다움들을 많이 얻어가고, 에너지로서 얻어가고 있는 것 같습니다. 그런데 또 단점으로는 어떤 가족, 그 영원한 그런 편안함을 느끼고 안정됨을 느끼는 그런 가족이라는 거에서 느끼는 것들은 지금 결여되어 있는 게 좀 아쉽다고 얘기를 하고 있네요.
Thank you. I mean, I also just haven't met a ton of, I mean, I meet Korean men. It's usually because I'm at like a cafe or something. And I've just noticed here with people in general, not everyone really approaches you for friendship, when you're out in public, especially alone. Usually it's been like you and I met in the way we did, which was very lovely. Or when I've been doing pottery, or acting class, whatever. But yeah, I guess I don't know if is it easy to make friends with, sorry, y'all.
Sorry.
I dropped the mouse. Just dropping things. Is it easy to make friends with Korean men?
I don't
I don't
think.
know. I don't think so.
I
Maybe
think
they just don't want to be my friend,
it's
and that's
kind
okay.
Of a negative person I am.
Go for it.
But I don't think to make some Korean male friends.
Yeah, it's a little hard.
But some very ordinary type of
Yeah. I also just
friendship.
yeah, I challenge people a lot too, so I understand if people don't want to be super close with me. So it's fine. And sometimes I challenge men specifically in ways they don't want to be challenged. So I mean, it's a reason that I haven't always had partners in many ways. Anyway, so let's just say maybe Korean men don't want to be friends with me, and that's fine.
But hopefully, I hope you
Make
can.
friends.
Yeah.
I sound like
That's
that little
what I
kid.
mean.
I sound like the little kid on the playground. Like, Megan, it's okay. You'll make friends eventually. It's okay. It's just maybe not the right
Oh, don't say
playground.
that. Oh, let's go to the music.
Okay, our next song is Alive by your new favorite, The Rose.
Rose,
Korean
my
men.
favorite.
I can listen to them. We're just not friends. Okay, here we go.
There's nights where I just wanna get floated. Sometimes I kinda feel like I'm broken. Lost my color, or maybe somebody stole it. Get so dark inside, I love these heavy emotions. Lately, my whole world feels like shaking. Everything is faded, changing. I don't care, they call me crazy. Baby, I'm alive, and I've been driving through the night. Turning off the lights, and now I'm following the light. Walking through the smoke and not even joking. Don't know where I'm going, I'm not even scared. Baby, I'm alive, and now I'm falling from the sky. I'm free when I'm rolling in silence. I can't breathe, I hear the echoes and sirens. Lost my color, or maybe somebody stole it. Get so dark inside, I love these heavy emotions. Lately, my whole world feels like it's shaking. Everything is faded, changing. I don't care, they call me crazy. Baby, I'm alive, and I've been driving through the night. Turning off the lights, and now I'm following the light. Walking through the smoke and not even joking. Don't know where I'm going, I'm not even scared. Baby, I'm alive, and now I'm falling from the sky. Baby, I'm alive. Walking through the smoke and not even joking. Don't know where I'm going, I'm not even scared. Baby, I'm alive, and now I'm falling from the sky. Baby, I'm alive, and I've been driving through the night, turning off the lights.
땀 흘려 일하는 당신의 곁에
서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터가 있습니다. 노동법 강좌와 청소년 노동인권 교육, 무료 노동상담, 소상공인을 위한 노사 관계 지원과 취약계층 노동자를 위한 문화복지 사업 등 일하는 사람들을 위한 사업을 진행하고 있습니다. 임금체불, 부당 노동행위, 산업재해, 직장 내 차별행위 등 일하다가 겪는 어려움은 무료 노동 법률 상담 02-395-0025, 02-395-0025로 전화주세요. 배달라이더, 택배기사, 대리기사, 요양보호사 등 이동노동자들을 위한 슈 서대문 이동노동자 쉼터에는 다양한 업무 편의시설과 안마의자가 준비되어 있으니 이동 중 힘드실 때 언제라도 쉬어가시기 바랍니다. 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터의 소식을 좀 더 알고 싶다면 카카오 채널 서대문 노동자센터를 검색해주세요. 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터는 일하는 모든 사람이 존중받고 노동이 아름다운 서대문구를 만들기 위해 노력하겠습니다. 당신을 응원하는 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터와 함께 오늘 하루도 힘내세요.
네, 여러분은 지금 91.3MHz 서대문 공동체 FM 라디오의 익스체인지 챈챈챈을 듣고 계십니다. 이는 서대문 공동체 라디오 플러그인에 의해 만들어지고 있습니다. 저희는 특히 다문화 가정 및 서대문 지역에 거주하는 외국인들에게 도움을 드리고자 만들어진 프로그램으로서 여러분들도 다양한 얘기로 참여하실 수 있는데요. 저희 메일 주소 알려드립니다. exchange1-@naver.com입니다. 그리고 광고 하나 더 하겠습니다. 서대문 지역에 사시는 외국인으로서 한국의 음식이나 언어 교환을 원하시는 분들이 계시면 참여하실 수 있는 조그만 단체 알려드리려고요. K줌마라고 한국인 아줌마들의 모임인데요. 영어 연습을 하고 있는 단체인데 구성원 분들이 서대문 지역에 오래 살고 계신 아줌마 분들이어서 음식에 대해서는 물론이고 서대문 지역에 대해서도 빠삭하신 분들이시거든요. 그래서 한국어를 정규적으로 연습하고 싶으시거나 여기서 사는 여러 정보들을 듣고 싶으실 때 도움을 드릴 수 있는 그룹이에요. 저희에게 연락 주시면 연결시켜 드립니다. 관심과 참여 부탁드립니다. Here is a personal advertisement that I can tell you. If there are any foreigners living in Seodaemun who want to exchange Korean food practicing or Korean language regularly, I will let you know a small group Kjuma. Kjuma is a meetups of Korean lady homemakers as a group practicing English and living the area also. They are knowledgeable about the local area and can help foreigners living in this area practice Korean food, know Korean spirituality, and give useful various information about living here. If you need any of these, please contact us. We will connect you to them. Thank you.
And thank you for doing the ad, Joanne.
And, having made some friends in Korea,
Yes.
do you have any particular insight or advice for others who want to make Korean friends?
Well, you're Korean.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we friends?
Why we are friends?
Yeah.
I feel so at ease when you
Same.
meet you.
Oh, thank you.
And then, I can share something, anything with you.
Great.
And then I can tell anything to you. And then I feel sometimes, so warm from you.
Oh, well, I wasn't asking for compliments, but thank you.
And then sometimes I feel that I'm so to be understood.
Oh, I'm glad. I guess
Uh-huh.
that's maybe my goal. First of all, wasn't asking for compliments, but thank you for them. But I think that's just kind of like, exactly what you said is for me the basis of how I approach friendship in general, right? Like whether it's being understood or I like to call it being seen, to feel seen and to see people. That's how I just approach friendship in general. If you're wanting like a soundbite done, how to be friends with Koreans? Well, people who are Korean are people. Like, like if it means seeing, sure. If that means they want to be seen for being Korean, you see that. If someone wants to be seen for something else, you see that. The Korean friends I've made, a lot of times they've had some kind of maybe international tie or interest, or at least desire to speak English, or knowing of what it's like to, if they've lived abroad themselves. But I think more than that, it's just a deep connection. And maybe I just have a lot of practice
Yeah, that's right.
on being foreigner, or being just going somewhere and making a friend just because I see them and I feel like, you said that ease, I can share things. I mean, I feel the same about you. Like, we have that connection, as we said earlier, that we don't think we're different ages. We just kind of are, and we're friendly and we're friends. Like, and I think that's the basis of any friendship, and approaching anyone like that, I think, is how you actually make friends personally. And so if it's Korean friends, don't just speak to foreigners. I mean, I know sometimes, whether it's, as like I said, I'm someone who's not into organized fun, and so, but sometimes people desire that and they need that, and so whether it's language exchanges or groups that involve both Koreans and foreigners. But I think the biggest advice, not just here, but anywhere, and how I actually become friendly with people, if not friends, is being open to an experience. And that, just
open to experience.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, please be safe. I know I've been able to be this way. I think I'm innately like this, but I've also maybe not listened to my intuition and gotten into some dangerous circumstances. But more often than not, I'm very, I understand the situation. And if they're a friend for the night, if they're a friend for a season, if they're a friend long term, or they're a friend for a season and then you lose touch and then you are friends again, that's just, it's being open to who someone is, who you are in relationship with them, and having an experience with them and a connection. That's all I've had some fun little stories, wild adventures that I could probably still call someone up, or like I had visited, I not fell out of touch on bad circumstances, but we just were living our lives, and I got to see a friend after 9 years, and she's the loveliest, one of the loveliest humans I've ever met, and it was so nice to reconnect with her as we are now in our 30s. And it's just beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it's a beautiful
Yeah.
relationship.
And just being open to people being people, and sometimes you need to lose touch for a while, or you need to, your relationship looks different throughout your lifetimes, and that's okay. Sometimes it's hard.
That
Sure.
should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard sometimes, right? Like, I don't have a child, or I don't have a partner, or a mom to call, or a parent, and siblings to really call, and that sometimes makes it harder. Sure. Or I don't have a long-term friend that I can be like, hey, hiya. So that sometimes makes it hard. But that's why, maybe that's why I find friendship so beautiful, and why I really focus in on that person, not in a pressure to be like, be my friend, like, it's because I don't want to cling to the person either. If we lose touch, we lose touch. I can deal with that, even if it's hard sometimes. But I'm maybe more open than a lot of people to having that experience and to being in relationship with people, because I don't have a lot of that in my life, and I often am alone, and I need that aloneness. Like, I sometimes don't talk to me. I need to go do my artist thing, and I need to be in my own head. But I don't know. I think it's having that space for people.
Space.
Yeah.
Individual space.
Space for them in my relationship with them, but also for them to be them, and seeing how they love and do things. And
Because, we all belongs to very separate situation.
yeah. But I think that's why, like, you and I can have such a beautiful friendship, or I'm thinking of 2 people specifically, or 3 people specifically, actually, in Korea like alongside you. So that's like 4 people I've grown closest to who are Korean. And 3 of you have international experience. 1 doesn't, but you are all different ages. Like literally
all different.
Yeah.
Oh.
One's in their 20s, one's in their 30s, one's in their 50s, and one's like, I don't know how old you are. So maybe
Great.
I don't know how old you are. But like all of you are different ages. And it's just, to me, beautiful because yes, there's international experiences with 3 of you, but like the 20-year-old, not so much. And yet we can connect because of art or because of language learning or because of, I don't know. And it's being open to all these, they're going to be different. And it's beautiful.
Oh, so beautiful. Story, beautiful.
Oh, it's not a beautiful story. Be open to people and who they are. That's it.
Yeah, that's important. 네, 제가 지금 메간에게 한국인 친구를 사귀고 싶어하는 외국인들이 있다면 그분들에게 어떤 도움이 되는 얘기를 해줄 수 있느냐고 물었는데 그러니까 메간 얘기는 한국인이라고 뭐 그렇게 특별한 어떤 특징을 지닌 거 친구를 사귀는 데 있어서 염두에 둬야 할 특징을 지닌 건 아니고 어떤 사람에건 어떤 사람에게건 자기를 오픈하고 그 사람을 있는 그대로 받아들이는 그게 바로 친구가 되는 기본이 아닌가라는 얘기를 지금 하고 있거든요. 그리고 그 사람하고 서로를 진심으로 보여주고 그 사람을 받아들일 수 있는 준비가 되면 서로 좋은 친구가 나이가 무슨 상관이고 무슨 뭐 나라가 다르고 뭐 이런 것들은 다 부차적인 조건들에 불과하고 친구가 되는데 아무 벽이 될 수 없다고들 벽이 될 수 없는 것들이라고 지금 메가는 얘기하고 있습니다. 자, 여러분들도 다 그렇게 느끼고 계시죠? 저는 100% 동의하거든요. 그 말에. 네, 우리 다 같이 친구가 되는 기회를 마련했으면 좋겠습니다.
Thank you. Joanne, we did a lot better with timing this time, but it is time to say goodbye.
Oh, it means it's time to say goodbye.
Yes. So see you next time.
다음에 또 만나요.
Goodbye. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This is Joyride by Kesha.
Are you a man? 'Cause I'm a bitch. I'm already rich. Just looking for that. This party sucks. I'm about to ditch. Don't even try to give me shit. I've earned the right to be like this. Oh, you say you love me? That's funny. Well, so do I. I'm just looking for joyride, joyride.